My name's Daniel Hayes. I'm 46, a high school history teacher, a fan of dark roast coffee, and the kind of guy who tells jokes so bad they circle back to funny. Until recently, I believed I was a pretty solid father. My daughter, Emily, is 28, and for most of her life, it was just the two of us. Her mother, Rachel, left when Emily was 9, said she needed space, a journey, something about a yoga retreat in Bali. I didn't fight her. Emily didn't want to leave with her, and the truth is, I couldn't imagine life without her. I raised that girl through scraped knees, school crushes, and college applications. I passed on job opportunities so I could stay nearby. I put dating on hold. I rearranged everything. Because I wanted to, not because I had to. Emily grew into this bright, strong woman, and then came her engagement. She was marrying a guy named Tyler. Seemed like a good man, quiet, polite. I was happy for her. One afternoon, we were drinking coffee like we often did when she suddenly said, "Dad, we need to talk about the wedding." I assumed she wanted help with flowers or guest lists. Instead, she looked down and said, "Mom wants Greg to walk me down the aisle." Greg, the man Rachel married when Emily was already an adult, a man who hadn't been there for any of the late nights or school recitals. My voice stayed steady, but inside I was spiraling. "And is that what you want?" I asked. "I just don't want any tension," she mumbled. "Mom says it would be easier if you weren't there. Greg's kind of been like a second dad." I swallowed the knot in my throat. "So am I invited?" She paused. Then quietly, "I think it's better if you don't come." That moment broke something in me. But I didn't argue. I just nodded. "Okay, if that's what you want, I'll stay away." She looked relieved, and that hurt more than the uninviting itself. On her wedding day, I stayed home. I sat in silence, flipping through old photos. Emily in her princess Halloween costumes, covered in birthday cake, her high school graduation cap tilted sideways. Years of memories that suddenly didn't seem to matter. 2 weeks later, something unexpected happened. A colleague at school stopped me in the hallway and said, "Dan, wild about what happened at your daughter's wedding, huh?" I blinked. "What?" He looked surprised. "You haven't seen the video?" Apparently, someone had uploaded it online. I searched for it. There was Emily walking down the aisle with Greg, smiling. But then, during the reception, it all fell apart. Rachel, clearly tipsy, was still wearing her mic for the speeches. As she stumbled past the DJ booth, her slurred voice echoed across the speakers. "Now that Greg's given you your perfect day, maybe your real dad can finally stay in the past." The kicker? Emily laughed. She didn't know the mic was still live, but the whole room heard. Someone recorded it. TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, everywhere. The comments were brutal. Total strangers defended me more than my own daughter had. 2 days later, my phone rang. It was Emily. Her voice shook. "Dad." I didn't know the mic was still on. I didn't mean for it to come out that way. I didn't say anything. "Mom said she wouldn't come if you were there. I didn't want to lose her again." I replied, "You didn't lose her, Emily. You chose her." She cried. "I messed up." I answered calmly, "Yes, you did." She asked to meet, said she wanted to fix things. But something inside me had changed. "I'm not angry," I told her, "but I'm done begging to be seen as your father. If we're going to rebuild anything, it starts with you recognizing what I gave and what you took for granted." She didn't call back after that. Not right away. The video's flame died down, but the damage didn't. Rachel's business took a hit. Clients left. One posted a scathing review saying, "If this is how you treat the man who raised your child, I don't trust your taste." Emily's wedding photos were overrun with angry comments. She shut down all her social media. I didn't gloat. I didn't cheer. I just kept going. Quietly. Then, a week later, I received a letter from Greg. Yes, that Greg. He wrote, "Daniel, I'm probably the last person you want to hear from, but I need to say this. I never wanted to replace you. I assumed you'd agreed to everything. By the time I found out the truth, it was too late. I should have stepped back. I regret that. I'm sorry, Greg. Maybe it was guilt. Maybe it was sincere. I didn't know. But it was the first time anyone from their side took any responsibility. A few days later, another letter came. From Emily. She'd started therapy, she said, and in her words, Dad, you didn't just raise me. You held my world together. I let someone else rewrite our story. You made my volcano for science fair. You stayed up with me through chicken pox and heartbreak. And I acted like none of that mattered. I want a relationship again, not for damage control, not because of the backlash, because I remember now who never let me down. If you're willing, I'd like to come back. Emily, I haven't responded. Some wounds don't close overnight. Forgiveness is a journey, not a decision. But I'm not closed off. Not anymore. I'm just cautious. Because maybe this time, the person reaching out isn't a stranger wearing the name daughter, but the girl I raised finally realizing what I always was, her father. And maybe I didn't get to walk her down the aisle. Maybe I never got that dance. But if she's truly ready to rebuild, I might just get something better. A daughter who sees me and means it